Hey guys, as you can see, I am out of the shower. Sorry about this angle, guys. My tripod is in my backpack and I have 5 minutes that I have to leave in order to go get started with fittings. And so I just threw on this sweatsuit, a jacket. It's like 50 degrees today and it's like bruh. Okay, so my hair, it was in a braid out. And that was like 2 days ago. You can kind of see the little crinkles. And so I got some shea butter here, and probably can't see it, but yeah, I just use shea butter and avocado oil to moisturize my hair. Water, of course, when it's called for and needed. Let me do a time check. It is 9:40, so we're about to go. I'm not gonna be able to do a full moisturization situation because we gotta leave, but I'm definitely doing a little something. I need some more avocado oil. Oh my gosh. Definitely doing a little something because I just don't want to be out here all day. We got fittings till 5 p.m., 5:30 p.m. So I just don't want to be having a dry head all day. You know what I mean? So we're just doing a quick little moisturizing situation. Oh my goodness, that feels so good already. Literally, shea butter, avocado oil, mix it together. You're good to go. Okay. I might braid it back later, but for now, we're good to go. Yeah, this will do. This will do. All right, let's go. If it's not clear already, I very much enjoy my ride to work. It is so pretty to see all the leaves and all the trees and all of the things. It's so wonderful, but I am on my way there and we are going to get there on time to prep and set up for the fitting. As you can see, it's cold. Can y'all see my breath? Fall is here, winter is on its way, and I'm on my way to the studio. I'll talk to you guys when I get there. What's up, y'all? We back in the studio. You guys, I'm back like I never left. So the first fitting has come and gone. It was great, and hopefully I can catch the next one for you guys. So the show that we're doing is the Hunchback of Notre Dame, and the first fitting I have a Quasi. So I'm like, oh look, you just started a show. That is amazing. So that's very exciting. And every half hour there's going to be a new person showing up to have a fitting, and I'm very excited to get all of their costumes done. I believe there's about 25 people in the cast. We're used to a big cast, so that is no thing but a chicken wing. It's all about staying organized. So costume crew, let me get into some things that has already happened. And I'm going to be posting these videos in real time, whereas before I would wait a whole season and then I would be able to post it. But because I was robbed and someone broke into my car, stole my backpack, and at the time I had my hard drives in my backpack, and as you guys know, I be doing the vloggy vlogs, and my hard drive had all of my vlogs saved. So I had all of Footloose show, I had all of the behind the scenes for different little projects that I've been doing. Unfortunately, all those things were stolen and they have yet to be returned to me. So please return my hard drives. It's literally labeled with my name, and everything on the hard drives has labels of what's in the hard drive. So that for me, I know, oh, this hard drive got this family history. This hard drive has my da-da-da-da. This hard drive has this and that. So give me back my hard drives, because it ain't none of your business to be having my hard drives. I know you see me in there. You see my whole family in there. You see me in there, and you guys gonna keep it? What you gonna do with that? It ain't for you. Give it back, and you can just put it back where you stole it from. You know where you took it from. So just put it back there, and I'll go get it. and then we're done. Anyways, here we are in real time with the Hunchback in Notre Dame. And let me tell you guys what has been the first part of my process so far. So this show is going to have a costume designer, and I'm going to be the costume construction and costume studio manager, as I am. So where I work, I'm the costume designer and costume studio manager. But for this show, they have an outside designer coming in, so that means I don't have to design the show. I could just help construct the show. And that is very, very good for me because I get to work with someone else, and it's less of a load for me. I can take a little break, okay, a little breather, which is always necessary, and build relationships and build just new skills from working with a new person and their designs and bringing what they have in their head to life. It's very exciting. And through that process, I have been not as busy with all the research and reading the script a bunch of times and like all of the design processes. So I've just been chilling. I just got back from LA. And it was good to see my family. And now I am back. So I wanted to share the calendar with you guys and what has been happening thus far. For November, what we already have done is we've met multiple times. I met with the designer. She has given me what you see in the background here, some historical references so that we can go and pull stuff. There are 2 racks pulled right now. We still need to go through the shoes, and I can take you guys back there so you can see the things that we have pulled thus far. And I had went over to her studio space and was very pleased with the quality of studio space that she has. So that was very cool. And I gave her a tour of this space over here, as well as we've had a couple meetings, getting to know one another, asking, developing questions and developing a plan and developing a calendar. Some of the things we've done, which is how I'm able to tell y'all what the calendar is, because we've already worked together to get all that stuff done. So pretty much since Havre, I didn't even get to tell you guys about Havre. And that was a show that is closed already. But during the end of that, I was able to meet with her and get an idea of what the show is going to be looking like. So that's what happened at the first 2 weeks of November. Right now it's the 3rd week of November. So that's what happened then. And so what's on the schedule for this week is to have measurements today and tomorrow, and then we'll start the mock-up and pattern construction situation, and she's going to come over and look at the things that we pulled, and we're going to look at the patterns that we also pulled, and we're going to see, we're going to see what's going on, see where we are, see what we need to make, see what we need to do, things like that. And then for next week, it is 2 days off. So we only have 3 days to work on stuff. So we're just going to pull and kind of build on what we do this week. And then for the first week of December, we're going to do the same. And then we're going to have a huge break for the holidays. Very excited about that. And then we'll be in January, where we will continue to build and make the show, and that's gonna be crunch time because the show opens in February, so we really only got like 4 weeks to build stuff for real. And y'all already know about Costume Parade, but you know how that is no longer our deadline day. We're using Q to Q as our first deadline day because for the previous show, Costume Parade Day got moved around, messed up my whole flow. I was like, ooh, nah, y'all can't be doing that. So let me just move it to Q to Q because that's less likely a thing that's going to change and mess up the flow. I got a new situation with washing here, but before I get into that, let me finish up by saying once Q to Q starts, that'll be when we need to be ready for the show, which is at the beginning of February. And then we'll be having the show all the way through March. Then we'll get into spring break, and then we'll be done. I'll be done with the year, and it'll be great. Here are some of the costumes that were pulled for the show. We got this pretty cool thing. I don't know what will be used, what wouldn't be used. This is just us pulling to build the stock. Like, what do we have? What could be used? You know, you don't want to limit yourself at all. So just pull everything. You never know what might be useful. And then we also have this rack here, which is kind of a mess to get to right now. But there's some of the things here. For example. And most of this came from the medieval section. Let me show you guys. This is where most of the costumes were pulled from. Right here in this medieval ancient section, we have cloaks and capes. And then we have Renaissance. As you can see, there's a big gap here because a lot of stuff were pulled in this area. This whole side is the historical side. And as y'all can see, we made our own little signs out of laminated paper, Sharpie, cardboard, and then the other side is a bag. Not really a bag, it's fabric wrapped up with beads, like Mardi Gras beads, because there are so many of them, as you can see right there. And we use the Mardi Gras beads because we had so many of them, and also they are a great weight and they won't cause any kind of mold or odor issues. Odor issues? Y'all know what I'm trying to say. It won't deteriorate anything. It's just beads, and they are a great weight to have our signs hold up. So yeah, there's a little DIY if y'all want to do it. And a fitting is about to happen at any moment, so I'm going to continue with that. I think you guys should have seen what a little fitting process is like already, but that's pretty much what I've been doing every half hour. Yeah, and we got about 25 people to get through, so it'll be today and tomorrow. And so yeah, I will show you guys the next thing when I can. And yeah, do you guys hear that? It's laundry. Your girl has broken the code on what it takes to do laundry. The wash. We have a mesh bag with a dress in it. And so the bag, hold on. All right, we got a pussy dress in a mesh bag. Let's set this up. Another silky dress. I'm back in the laundry room, and I wanted to go over what I use for wool things that need to be washed, where it says like dry clean only. Woolite, guys. I got some of this Woolite, and it has made all the difference for me to wash all of those sweaters and just all of the things that are made of wool. And you use very little of it, and then you put it into the washer on that extra delicate cycle that I let you guys know of, and then you just lay it flat to dry. And it worked out great. Let me show you some sweaters that I had got done. Here is an example of all the sweaters that I was able to wash with Woolite in those mesh bags and keep them nice and good, nice and clean. Keep them nice and structured, keep those fibers nice and, you know, proper. And so now I'm just taking things back out of the wash, letting them hang dry. And then tomorrow I'll continue to put their labels on and get everything back out into the stock. Let me show you how things are drying thus far. This is a dress that has two dresses connected. So I went ahead and draped it over so that we create some airflow in between. And this is an example of the tags that go onto the costume after. Here's another dress. I showed you guys. This one is drying. And then here is a pile of costumes that are going to be put up to dry right now. And I'll show you guys me doing that. So for pants, the way I like them to dry is kind of like you're riding a horse on a saddle. You put the crotch through there and you let the legs hang like that. And it hangs nicely. Depending on how the dresses are made, depends on how I hang it. This dress is sheer on the outside, which means that it will dry super fast. You guys see that? See how transparent it is? It'll dry really fast, so I'm going to keep it inside out because the lining of it is pretty thick. Let me get a different hanger. So we'll hang this one inside out to make sure that those thicker fabrics get all the airflow. And next we have this guy, which is all good. Yep, that looks great. This is what this one looks like. It's all one fabric, so we'll let it dry. And obviously, we will steam these after and get all the wrinkles out. But yeah. Then we got another wedding dress type of situation. And it's literally like all tulle in here, which will dry in no time. So I'm going to have it inside out so that lining dries nicely. Girl, this dress has been through it, okay? And now I can get the other stuff out the dryer. I mean, out the washer, because it's been washed. And here they are, the two bags that we threw in. Well, actually, I think you guys saw those other dresses get thrown in. This was thrown in after those dresses. Ah! I dropped it, y'all. Can't be dropping the clean clothes on the floor. Looks like a dress is actually tucked around the little drawstring, so it made it a little difficult to come out. But here we go. all type of confused. Oh, it got hooked on the hook. Take that out. It'd be like the smallest. It'd be the smallest things that things get hooked on. I got hooked on right on that little guy. But now we are free. Uh-oh. Oh, Lord. Everything just falling. Hold on, y'all. It's still connected somehow, some way. There we go. All right. Almost loose. There we go. And so actually for this one, let's see how we doing. Make sure I unzip it. Okay. And we're definitely all sheer in the front, super thick in the lining. We'll also dry this one inside out. This is just all one layer. So I can draw this one right side out. This one was so cool. I love a good dark background with bright colors or dark and bright colors together. And it really gives that neon. It's awesome. Gotta make some more room, okay? So let's get out the rest of these. Got a skirt. Let me go get a pant hanger. Hang dry. Hang drying is amazing. And one last dress, which also looks like it has the same kind of lace right there. So we'll have the lining facing out. And so yeah. And that is all of the laundry that we're going to get done today. And we just have about, I think, 2 to 3 more dresses to do. Thank you guys so much for following along. I'll be back in the costume studio tomorrow to do more fittings. And I'll pick you guys back up when the next crazy adventure is happening. Shout out to the costume crew. Yeah. We'll be doing the thing. All right, y'all. See you later. Bye.